Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Thursday, the 2nd day of May. It's National Truffle Day. When I was a kid, there was this movie called The Goonies. They did a thing called the Truffle Shuffle.
I remember that.
Remember that? That is the only thing I know about truffles. I don't even know if I've ever had a truffle. I have to try now. I have to maybe try one today. Life Insurance Day today. I didn't know there was a day for that, but today's the day. National Day of Prayer, National Day of Reason, and World Password Day. Heidi, what's your password?
I'm not telling you.
Thought maybe I'd trick you. I already know one of your passwords, but I don't know all of your passwords. That is all the fun stuff going on today. Also, we've got a Dear John letter. We like to do that every Thursday, and we don't have any experts helping us this week. It's going to be Heidi and me, and maybe you. Would you like to help? Well, you can. You can chime in with your advice at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A study by Boston University found that doing housework can keep your brain young. So it's good to do housework. You think that's a legit study?
I completely disagree with that.
Or do you think that was just somebody that was like,
I think it's some guy who didn't want to help
sweetie,
out and say, oh, you want to stay young, right?
According to reports, if you do the dusting, you're going to actually feel younger. Oh, okay.
I want you to tidy up around here.
Just trying to help you. I would do it, but I'm looking out for you. I've got a link to the study, man, in case you need to share that with somebody. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
And this is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. While being booked for causing a disturbance at a bar, a Florida man rubbed the buttocks of the fingerprinting technician.
Oh, boy.
That's not a good plan.
That
so
is
he's all schnockered up.
Really bad idea.
Yeah, suspect said that he pawed her, and he said, told her because she was so sexy.
Wow.
His name is Jack Dylan Evans. He's 44. He was arrested.
Oh.
And this was a place called Down the Hatch. That's the name of the bar.
Big mistake.
And he was yelling obscenities at the bar. Told the owner, I'm not going to say what he told the owner. Told the owner, we'll just say that he wanted to spend time with his waitress. But that's not quite what he said. But made other crude comments. He was transported to the jail while he was being booked. That's when he grabbed the fingerprint technician, Dina Pham, touched her in an inappropriate way, and that did not help his case, by the way. Pham identified Evans as the person who battered her. Anyway, I do have a link to this story in the show notes if you'd like to read it at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by channelsurfertv.com. Heidi, take a listen to this. Beyonce and Jay-Z had a private date night at a members-only club in Brooklyn last Friday. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means, if you don't speak celebrity speak, a private date night just means they went on a date together and their publicist leaked all the details to a reporter. Here's another story here.
This is so... Who cares about these things?
Just listen to the next one here.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this just in. John and Heidi Small had a private date night last week at Burger King. It's a very exclusive club.
It's for royalty.
Yeah. They feasted like royalty. I don't know. I was trying to think of where we could have gone that would have been, very common. So hopefully that worked. Nothing against Burger King. I love you, by the way. I don't know where these guys went. An exclusive club. They wouldn't even, it's so exclusive, they wouldn't even let the name on. And this date was so private, they put out a press release. You don't do that. This is Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, your scoop of the day, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.net. Wake Forest University is hosting, this is the most bizarre thing ever. They're hosting a no whites allowed meeting for students and faculty in an effort to promote inclusivity. What? How do you... It's in... well, wait a minute. It's a meeting to promote inclusivity, and you're excluding people. Is there something about that just doesn't seem right to you?
It absolutely doesn't seem right
I think
to
that
me.
just seems really bizarre. And I would say the same thing if it were a different race that were excluded from an inclusive meeting. I don't understand that. I've got a link to the story. It sounds like I made it up, but I didn't. I mean, doesn't that sound like a April Fool's joke?
Ridiculous.
Like, John,
But it's happening everywhere.
you're a month late for the April Fool's joke. No, I'm not. This is for real.
It's happening everywhere. It's
This is just
infuriating.
bizarre. I've got a link to the story. If you want to read it, don't get mad at me. I don't like to drag politics on the program. I just thought that sounded like a story from Bizarro World because it doesn't sound right. Video has gone viral of an Oklahoma high school student spinning out in his car while it was raining, and he nearly hit a state trooper.
Ooh,
The teen was
that would
okay.
have been bad.
Can you imagine that? The teen was okay. The video has been seen now several million times. How would you like that? You know, you make a dumb mistake.
My cousin
Wow, what happened?
was in a car accident
Oh, with a police officer.
with a police officer that she had just broken up with.
Oh, that's right.
They had
You-
just broken up like
This-
the week before, and then she turned around and smashed right into his police car.
It's like,
She was horrified.
How you doing?
It
We
was
should-
awful.
We should probably trade information now, shouldn't we?
Oh, I felt so bad for her.
Oh, that's bad. But at least it wasn't seen by multiple millions of people.
Yeah, it was before.
That was the good old days.
Yeah.
Before every single move we make is on film somewhere.
Exactly.
And that's the first thing I do now when I do something dumb. I remember it's a couple years ago. I actually thought I broke my ankle, and I may have. I just walked it off. I didn't go get it checked. But I can tell you when it's going to rain now. So, but I slipped on ice, and I fell on my right foot. It was like twisted up kind of behind my shoulder blades.
I remember that.
Maybe not quite that high. It did not feel good. I'm laying in the street, knocked the wind out of me. First thing I did is looked around to see if anybody saw that. Because I was like, I hope nobody saw it. Then I laid there and kind of caught my breath, crawled into the house, and that's when Heidi was like, "What are you doing?" I'm not playing. Thought I was dying, that's all. So luckily that was not on video. Kim Jong-un is back in the news. He told confidants that his discussion with Vladimir Putin have been candid and meaningful. So that's
okay,
good.
that is good.
Pope Francis is also in the news. He donated $500,000 to migrants at the U.S. border. So Pope Francis is doling out dough
Of course
for that.
he is.
And then I don't know of any other show where you would go from a Pope Francis story to a Sex Pistols star Johnny Rotten story, but here we are.
Okay.
These are the two stories that I'm wrapping up with. Sex Pistols star, that is a band, by the way, for those of you that don't know what
Oh, I remember
well,
Sex Pistols.
I'm just making sure other people
Okay.
know, because if you don't know, you're going, what kind of gun is that?
Okay.
So Johnny Rotten is a star of that band. He rallied against the homeless problem in Los Angeles, claiming that there are needles everywhere. So he's saying, hey, we need to fix this. We need to clean this up.
Well, yeah,
so
it's
when he is the
nasty.
voice of reason, isn't that just bizarre? Like, nothing
Yeah.
against you, Johnny. I think that's a cool thing that you're doing that.
Absolutely, it's a good thing.
But it
and
do-
let's focus on the people that need the help here
Absolutely.
at home.
Now, here's the thing I want to say. We were talking on this program, I believe it was in this break. That's why I want to mention this. We were talking about Starbucks putting in the receptacles, and we kind of chuckled about it. I got a really nice email from a lady that said, I think it's better that they have the receptacles in there rather than just needles on the floor. You're absolutely right. So, yes, thank you for the email. I replied back, and I thanked her for the email there as well. So, just like Johnny Rotten is saying, we need to come up with a plan where there's not just needles laying around. Absolutely right. So, there you go. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
And it's time right now for Dear John Letters. All right, Heidi, I got a good Dear John letter here. I need your help. Ladies and gentlemen, we need your help as well. You can chime in with your advice on our Facebook page. We'll tell you how to do that here in just a bit. First, Dear John, my husband and I have saved up to go on a nice vacation. We posted something on Facebook, and now a couple we know is also going to the same place the same week. We don't even hang out with them here, but they're expecting to spend time with us on this vacation. I've been stressing about it so much that I'm not even looking forward to the vacation now. What should I do? I've even checked into changing the week we go, but there would be a big expense and some tough scheduling problems to deal with, so I'd rather not do that. What do you suggest? Signed, need some me time. Well, that would not be a fun thing. I think first thing you do is maybe connect with them. And could it be a coincidence that they're going to be there, do you think?
I don't know. This isn't detailed enough.
Yeah.
I would say if you're acquaintances and don't know each other very well, maybe you get together just one night, let's get together for a quick meal or something.
Yeah.
And call it good. If there's bad blood there, if something has happened and you don't like this person or want to be with this person,
Yeah, I don't think you're obligated
then
to.
you should not have to do
No.
it. This is your vacation.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, it'd be a whole different thing if you posted your photos on Facebook, and I know you'll have to decide for yourself if you did this. If you posted, not photos, but if you posted a thing, hey, we're going here, anybody want to join us? If you did that, now you kind of did invite them. But if you just said, hey, we're excited, we just booked our trip, and then they saw that and said, whoa, that sounds like fun, let's go there. You know, it's a whole different thing. Maybe you just don't announce ahead of time you're going to go somewhere. If you want to go and be alone, don't tell people where you're going. I mean, that'd be a lot smarter way to do it. Now that this cat is already out of this bag, the thing that I would do is maybe just connect with them. If they reached out to you to let you know, I'm not sure how you even found out they're going. So it could be a complete coincidence. If they haven't reached out saying, hey, let's get together while we're going to be there, then maybe it's a coincidence and you won't even bump into them. If they reached out saying, hey, you guys are going, well, we're going too, we'll get to spend some time together, let them know. You know what?
This is my vacation. I'm going to unwind. I'm away from work. I don't want to be obligated to anything.
And it's the thing. I don't want to be a buzzkill. You guys do what you want to do.
Yeah.
We're going to just kind of be relaxing.
We're going to lay low this time.
And my beautiful bride and I, we actually went on vacation with some friends one time. And one of the things that we discovered is we are completely different than our friends in many, many ways. The things that they wanted to eat, we didn't want to eat.
Right.
The places they wanted to go, we didn't want to go. The things that they wanted to do, we didn't want to do. And vice versa.
Several times when we have gone places, when we're ready to leave and they're not ready to leave, it's irritating because you're up. Like at the one vacation, we were up. Well, both vacations.
3 or 4 hours earlier.
Because we do.
We get up early all the time.
We're up early. And so we're up and we're like, come on, let's go. And we end up sitting around noon. Waiting until everybody wakes up. Yeah. And it's annoying. So take your own vacation.
Do your own thing.
Do not.
And I would just say,
feel obligated to do anything you don't want to do on your vacation. End of story.
If this person's already connected with you and they're asking about hanging out together and doing stuff together while you're on vacation, again, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to connect one night, maybe have dinner with them or drinks with them or whatever.
As long as there's not bad blood there. If there's bad blood there, you don't want to ruin your vacation.
Yeah. But if it doesn't say that in the message, so I don't know that that's it. It's just somebody that says somebody that we know. We don't really even spend time with them here, but now it sounds like they're going to be, saddled with them for a
Right,
vacation
but maybe there's
somewhere.
a reason they don't spend time with them here. So that's why I'm saying, don't feel obligated just because somebody says, hey, I'm going to be somewhere.
And just because you're from here and they're from here and you both happen to be there on vacation, that doesn't mean you have to spend that time together. So
Exactly.
I think the question, where was that? It says, what should I do? What do you suggest? So again, I suggest let them know that, hey guys, it's cool that you're here, and if we see you, we'll wave at you and stuff. But
Or you could both wear a disguise and they might not even recognize you.
don't tell them your room number and don't leave the room. Oh boy. If you've got better advice, and you probably do, if you've got better advice, you can certainly chime in with your advice at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. I'd also love it if you would like to get advice. You can submit a Dear John letter right through our Facebook page. You can also do it through the website at johnandheidishow.com.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Whispering is bad for your voice.
Really?
Yeah, I would have never thought of that. It says, it might seem like whispering could actually help you preserve your vocal cords, whether you've gotten laryngitis or if you're, auditioning for American Idol or something. Researchers have found the opposite to be true. One study that used a fiber optic scope on 100 subjects while they counted from 1 to 10, first in a normal voice, then in a whisper, found that 69 out of the 100 put more strain on their vocal cords while
that's
whispering.
fascinating.
Yeah, it is fascinating. That's why it's called today's Fun Fact.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, fear this. Time for fun with phobias. Oh, boy. How do I say this? Catagelophobia. Ooh, catagelophobia. K-A-T-A-G-E-L-O phobia. Catagelophobia.
I'm going to say fear of being unconscious.
No.
No?
But why would you think that?
Catatonic?
Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. But no, it's the fear of ridicule.
Oh.
So I'm going to ridicule you right now, and you tell me if you're afraid of it. Just kidding. I won't do that. That's today's Fun with Phobias.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A dispute over access to a Netflix account allegedly turned violent, leading to the arrest of a Florida woman for battering an elderly female victim during a domestic confrontation. According to the complaint, during a verbal altercation over Netflix usage, 33-year-old Crystal Marie Ortiz grabbed at her in an attempt to stop the victim from using her tablet. Police say during this tussle, the victim received bruises to her left wrist and her hand. She also grabbed at a necklace and ripped it from the victim's neck, breaking the jewelry. The complaint only described the victim as over 65 years of age. Records later show that she was 88.
Oh, wow.
So this is a 33-year-old fighting with an 88-year-old over an iPad.
Wow.
Yeah. It says here, felony battery charges are what they gave this young lady. She was the primary aggressor, and it says, did actually and intentionally touch the victim. So
Oh, my God.
be nice to each other,
Little
especially
lady.
your elderly people. That's Yeah, be nice. Thanks for
Grow
listening
up.
to today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. A South Carolina man is facing multiple charges, including a second-degree arson charge when he threw an explosive device at the apartment of a woman who broke up with him recently.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If she says it's over, it's over. You don't throw a bomb at her. That's just a bad idea. State reports 32-year-old Devin Ross Spinelli. I don't know if I said that right. Spinelli, maybe? He was arrested, responded to a call at this woman's apartment. They say they found the evidence that somebody had burned the outside underneath of a window. There was a smell of gasoline. An officer stopped this
Jeez.
vehicle. He was wearing medical gloves and had a lighter and a bottle of liquid that was appearing to be gasoline. This is what they call a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
He was throwing those at his ex-girlfriend's house. The newspaper did not report whether he was being represented by an attorney. His bond was set at $250,000. So, bad idea. That's
an
today's.
explosive relationship.
It is indeed. She was absolutely right to break up with him. That's today's moment of duh.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, these three things. Heidi, you think you're ready for these three things?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. Tell me what these three things have in common. A polo team, a barbershop quartet, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What do those three things have in common?
I have no idea.
Sorry, they all have 4 members.
Oh,
If I would have said the Beatles, would that have helped?
no. I don't know anything about polo, so
A
I
polo.
wouldn't have known
Well, there's
that.
4 members on the polo team. A barbershop quartet has 4 members, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's 4 of them. Do you know their names to totally redeem yourself?
Raphael, Michelangelo, Leonardo, and
Donna.
Donatello.
You've totally redeemed yourself. There we go. I don't think that really counts towards these points, but it counts towards something. These
And
3.
Splinter.
Oh yeah, well he was the
He
rat.
was their master.
Yeah. Kids, if you don't know what we're talking about, ask mom and dad. Thanks for listening. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, by the way, is what they're called. Thanks for listening to these 3 things.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is kind of a cool story. There's a newspaper that they're putting out like current editions of their newspaper, but they also have been around for a long, long time. So they do something that I think is kind of neat. It's called 100 Years Ago. So the Greeley Tribune puts this out. And this is from 100 years ago, and I love this story. So 100 years ago, at the end of April, the beginning of May, from 1919, these stories were all in the pages. And we're not going to read all the stories, but we'll read this top one here. A 5-year-old boy fell into number 3 ditch on 12th Avenue yesterday and nearly drowned. He was saved by 2 men who were nearby and heard the boy's sister yelling at him to get out of the water. One of the men jumped in the ditch and pulled the boy out. 50 years of having ditch number 3 in Greeley, no one has ever drowned in it. So a couple of guys saved. Keep in mind, this is in 1919. So this kid was 5 at the time. He would be 105 right now. So probably, the chances are he's probably not with us still. And the men who saved him most likely would not be with us still because they were adults in 1919. But I think the people who do this newspaper, what they should have done, because I looked through, I was like, well, did the kid grow up to do something amazing? Or, because he was saved, his life was spared. Maybe there was like some special thing he had to do. But it doesn't even say a name. Like, they don't even tell who it is. I think that you guys missed the boat. It's a cool story. I think it's neat, and it's a historic story. It happened 100 years ago. But wouldn't that have been really neat for them to say, oh, by the way, that kid was so-and-so, and he went on to be the founder of this or whatever. I don't know. I just think that would have been really cool.
That's great.
It was still a good news story, but I think it just could have been a great news story. Or who knows, maybe they checked it out and they're like, oh, wow, they should have just let him drown. No.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I absolutely teasing.
That was
I don't
horrible.
I'm just teasing, Heidi. It didn't happen that way. I'm just saying, most likely that's not what they did anyway. I'm sure they just didn't think to check. Now I feel bad. I feel as though I have ruined the good news story. I didn't mean to do that. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. It's Thursday. Thank you for listening today. We appreciate it a bunch.